What do I do with the money in my Plan 3 retirement accounts? Do I invest it? Do I buy an annuity? Do I put it in a hole in my backyard? That's a question I get asked every day, and in this video we're going to answer exactly that. My name is Ethan Meikle, the co-founder of Scenic Financial, and I specialize in working with school district employees in Washington State to build better financial lives. If you want more content and tips like this, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos every week. Also, there's a link in the description below that gives you a high-level overview of how your retirement benefits work and how to start building yourself a tax-free retirement today. So now back to the question, what do I do with money in my Plan 3 retirement accounts? Well, this money is actually your money that you have saved up over time. There's no match from the school district, so it's 100% your money and you can do basically whatever you want to do. But before you do so, there's a couple things you need to know about it. First and foremost is this money is actually hands off until you separate service. So until that time comes, there's not much you can really do with it besides choose different investment options. And I have a video covering all the different investment options within Plan 3 linked up here as well as in the description below. Now, assuming you already have access to this money, the other thing you need to know is that all this money here is pre-tax, meaning you haven't paid any taxes on it yet. So any dollar you want to withdraw and put in your bank account or spend, you're going to have to pay taxes on. And those taxes are going to be based on the highest marginal tax rate that you're in at that time. Now, these taxes do not apply if you're simply taking the money from Plan 3 and moving it into another retirement account. If it's a like-to-like transfer or pre-tax to pre-tax, there are no taxes or penalties incurred. So typically, that's what I see most people do, is they're taking this money out and investing it somewhere else. As far as where does it go, most people open up their own IRA and just put it in there. And the reason for it is they have now a better control and say of where that money goes or how it's invested. Now, the most popular thing I see being done with this money is people actually go and buy annuities with them. Now, whether they go and buy an annuity that's specifically for guaranteed income for life, or they're buying one that's going to grow for them and be protected from all losses, that's going to be specific on the person and their situation. But those are probably the two most popular options, is buying some kind of annuity. And if you're not sure what an annuity is or how it works, I'll actually link that video down there below as well. Another thing you probably want to do with this money is do some kind of Roth conversion with it. And all that is changing it from a pre-tax account to a tax-free account. So what you're going to do here is take money out. You're going to pay taxes on the money you want to transfer over. And once it's in that Roth IRA account, that money is going to grow on a tax-free basis. So you're changing money that's going to be forever taxable into one that's going to be forever tax-free. So remember that you're going to pay taxes on every transaction. So typically you want to do this year by year, and you want to make sure you don't take out too much and jump a tax bracket. So before you do this kind of a transaction, make sure you consult with an advisor or a CPA or someone that can help you with the taxes and understand the rules and implications of this. Now, you can definitely leave the money with the state and leave it in that Plan 3 account, but with so many other options and benefits out there, I don't see any real reason why you would want to do that. Most people I see just leave the money there, typically don't have a financial plan and don't have an advisor tell them elsewise. If you do have one of those, probably 100% of them are going to tell you to take that money out and invest it somewhere else. As far as what you should not be doing with this money, is you shouldn't just cash it in and move the money into your bank account, simply because it's all pre-tax money. And when you make that transaction, you're going to owe taxes on the entire thing, and you're probably going to wind up in the highest tax rate possible for that year. And you're going to lose a big chunk of change. So that's something you definitely do not want to do with this money. The second thing you really shouldn't be doing with this money is paying off debt with it, specifically if it's really low interest debt. Things that are charging under 5%, such as mortgages or paying off your cars or any kind of debt of that nature. It typically doesn't make sense, again, because of the taxes. So for example, if you took $100,000 out of your Plan 3 account to pay off your mortgage, and say your mortgage is only charging you 4%, and you just took money out of this account that now you have to pay 20% taxes on, that's probably not the best financial move you could make. So paying off low interest debt from a pre-tax account is typically not recommended as well. The other thing that may not make the most sense with this money is using it to buy the TAP annuity from the state. Now, I specifically single out this annuity because there's certain stipulations and access provisions to your money that they really don't disclose or tell you about when they do those seminars and promote it. When you move money into the TAP annuity, that money is going to be hands off, so you can no longer touch it. So in a given month where you need extra money or maybe you need less money to avoid certain taxes, you can't do that in the TAP annuity. So oftentimes the TAP annuity isn't the best one to use. Now, I'm not saying that annuities aren't a good tool to use. There are many ones out there that are great, but you should really do your research on any annuity before buying into them. It's also important to remember that any kind of guarantee made by your annuity is backed by the claims paying ability of the issuer. Now, insurance companies that issue annuities are all private companies or mutual companies, and they all operate like any other business, and they have to have some kind of profit in order to stay in business, right? Now, the state of Washington actually doesn't play by these rules. Because of their state, they can actually operate on a negative budget. So they're billions of dollars in the hole, and yet they're still guaranteeing that your money's going to be there, be safe, and go at a specific rate. But you have to ask yourself, what if they can't deliver on those promises? So all things being equal, if one company ran and had a profit every year while one company ran on a loss, which one would you trust to deliver on those guarantees? The answer is pretty obvious, isn't it? If you found some value in this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to check out the masterclass below to learn how to build yourself a tax-free retirement. Also, check out this video I just did over here on your different retirement savings options. And remember that your future depends on what you do today.